Hi and welcome to Chemipedia chemistry classes for 11th and 12th standard. In this video, I am going to discuss about the previous year NEET questions in the lesson solid state part 2. Correct. Look at question number 15. A metal has FCC lattice and what will be the diameter if the edge length is about 408 picometer. So a crystal has FCC system and you are given the edge length of that crystal. It is about 408 picometer. From that you have to find out the diameter. Okay, right. So now let us see how to do this problem. Right, whereas in FCC system you have to find out the diameter, isn't it? That is, you have to calculate twice the radius, half of that the whole diagonal length, isn't it? Right. Whereas in FCC system we know that 4r equal to root 2a, that we have derived in packing fraction calculations, isn't it? But what they are asking is nothing but 2r, isn't it? So 4r equal to root 2a. Therefore 2r equal to, if you divide by 2 on either side, you get 2r equal to root 2a divided by 2, isn't it? Right. So which is equal to root 2 into a is given in the question, isn't it? So what is the a value given in the question? A value is nothing but 408 picometer, isn't it? So now let us substitute that a value there. Root 2 into 408 divided by 2. I cancel it. So root 2, 1.414 into 204. That is about 288. So that the diameter is about 288 picometer. Okay, right. Now look at the options. Option A, that is the right answer. 288 is the answer, isn't it? So option A is the right answer. Okay, right. Now look at question number 2. A compound XY has sodium chloride structure. Compound XY has a structure which is similar to sodium chloride with coordination number 6. Oops, of course. Right. Now for that you are given radius of cation. Radius of cation is about 100 picometer. They are asking to find out radius of anion. Okay, right. So now you are given radius of cation of a crystal and they are asking radius of anion. So that for this you are supposed to use radius ratio. For this you are supposed to use radius ratio relation, isn't it? Okay, right. Now let us see how to do this problem. Okay, right. So look at question number 16. A crystal XY has a structure which is similar to sodium chloride, isn't it? Okay, so that like sodium chloride, that crystal also has coordination number about 6. For a crystal or compound with coordination number 6, the radius ratio, radius of cation to radius of anion ratio is about 0.414, isn't it? So that they are asking to find out radius of anion. So when you rearrange this, you will get radius of anion is equal to radius of cation plus 0.414. Okay, radius of cation is given in the question, isn't it? So look at the question. Radius of cation is given. It is about 100 picometer, isn't it? Now let us substitute in the formula. 100 divided by 0.414, which is equal to 241.5 picometer. Okay, that's the answer. Radius of anion is how much? 241.5 picometer. Okay, right. Look at the options. 241. Answer is 241.5 picometer, isn't it? So option C is the right answer. Okay, right. Now look at question number 17. An ionic compound has BCC lattice. Ionic compound crystallizes in BCC lattice with edge length about 387 picometer, isn't it? Right. Now what is the distance between two oppositely charged ions? Okay, so they are asking what is the distance between the cation and anion in a BCC crystal lattice. Okay, right. Now so let us see how to solve this. Right. Now question number 17. Whereas in a BCC crystal, you know what is the relation between radius and edge length? It is about 4r equal to root 3a, isn't it? This whole length, diagonal length, is nothing but 4r, which will be equal to root 3a. So this we have discussed already even in the part 1 also, isn't it? Right. Now actually that whole length, the diagonal length, is nothing but the sum of two radius, that is sum of radius of two cations and the radius of or diameter of anion, that is twice the radius of anion. So that this 4r is equal to twice r of C plus r of A minus, that is equal to root 3a. In the question what they are asking is, they are asking to find out the distance between radius of cation and anion, so that this 2 you bring it on right side. So you get root 3a divided by 2, isn't it? root 3 into A is given in the question. So A is nothing but 387 picometer. Substitute it there, divided by 2. Root 3 value 1.732 into 387 by 2. So that if you simplify, we are getting 335 picometer. Okay. Up now, in the BCC crystal, which edge length 387 picometer, the distance between two oppositely charged ions is about 335 picometer. Okay, right. Now look at the options given there. Question number 17, isn't it? So question number 17, 335 picometer, isn't it? So option A is the right one. Okay. Question number 18, an ionic compound has formula AXBY with FCC lattice. B-type ions are present at the phase centers and A-type ions are at the body center. Then what will be the molecular formula of that ionic crystal? Okay. Now the crystal has FCC system. A-type ion at body center, B-type ion at phase center, isn't it? So now you have to find out the number of ions per unit cell of both A-type as well as B-type ions. Okay, right. Now let us see how to do this. Okay, right. A-type ions are present at the body center, isn't it? So number of A-type ion per unit cell, formula NB by 1. So 1 by 1, so that it is about 1. So that in this unit cell, there is only one A-type of ion, isn't it? Similarly, number of B-type ions. B-type ions are present at the body center, phase center, isn't it? So the number of B-type ion per unit cell, formula NF by 2, which is equal to 6 by 2. It's nothing but 3, isn't it? So that in this ionic crystal, there are one A-type ion and 3 B-type ions, isn't it? So that the formula AB ions, I write that number of ion per unit cell as a subscript A1, B3, isn't it? Which is nothing but AB3. So that question number 18 answer is AB3. Question number 18 answer is option B, AB3. Okay, right. So now let us go to the question number 19. An ionic compound has FCC system with A-type ion at the corner and B-type ion at the phase center. If one corner atom is missing, what will be the molecular formula? Okay, right. Now here, so totally there are 8 corner atoms. 8 corner atoms generally in a unit cell. But here one corner atom is missing, isn't it? But therefore in this FCC lattice, only 7 corner atoms are there, isn't it? Or corner ions. Similarly, there are 6 phase center ions. There are 6 B-type ions at the phase center. Okay. So now, as usual, we have to calculate number of ions per unit cell for this ionic crystal, isn't it? So let us see how to do it. Right now, corner we have A-type ion, phase center we have B-type ion. In the question it is given one corner ion is missing. So totally only 7 corner ions are there, but there are 6 phase center ions. Okay, so the number of A-type ion per unit cell, NC divided by 8, that is 7 by 8. Number of B-type ions which are at the phase center, there are 6 phase centers, so 6 by 2, about 3. So that in this ionic crystal, there are 7 by 8 A-type ions present at the corner and 3 B-type ions present at the phase center per unit cell, isn't it? So that the formula A 7 by 8 B3, just cross multiply, so that I am getting A7 B24. A7 B24, that is the answer. Okay, A7 B24. Question number 19. Question number 19 answer A7 B24. This is the right answer, not this one. Okay, right. Now let us go for question number 20. Let us go for question number 20. In a FCC lattice, corners are occupied by A-type atom and phase centers are occupied by B-type atom. Suppose if one phase center atom is missing, what will be the molecular formula? Whereas previous one corner atom was missing, so they asked to find out molecular formula. Whereas here, instead of corner atom, one phase center atom is missing, so we have to find out molecular formula. So that in this FCC lattice, totally there will be 8 corner atoms and 5 phase center atoms. So based on that, you have to find out number of ions per unit cell. Okay, right. So now let us see how to do this. Right now, it's a phase center lattice. Corner atoms are about 8. face center atom, one face center atom is missing, isn't it? So there will be only 5 face center atoms. Okay, right. Now I calculate the number of A type atom per unit cell. Formula NC by 8, 8 by 8, which is equal to 1, isn't it? Then B type atom, it is present at the face center. So formula atom per unit cell NF by 2. But only 5 face center atoms are there. So that 5 divided by 2, isn't it? So that in this crystal, you have A type atom about 1 number and B type atom about 5 by 2, isn't it? So that the formula A 1, B number 5 by 2, isn't it? So when we do cross multiplication, we are getting A to B5. A to B5, that is the molecular formula of this FCC crystal. Okay, right. So now let us look at the option. What is the answer? A to B5. Question number 20, isn't it? A to B5, which is nothing but option A. Okay, right. Now look at question number 21. In a solid, atom M has cubic close packing and 1 by 3 of tetrahedral voids. So 1/3 of tetrahedral voids are filled by N type of atom. What will be the molecular formula? Okay, right. So M atom has CCP pattern and N atom is occupying, N type atom is occupying tetrahedral voids, but only 1/3 of the tetrahedral voids are occupied by N type atom. So that what will be the molecular formula? Okay, right. Now this is the solution for that. Okay, so we have CCP close packing, cubic close packing arrangement. M type atom is having CCP arrangement. N type atom occupies 1/3 of tetrahedral voids, isn't it? Whereas in CCP pattern, there are 4 atoms per unit cell. Per unit cell, we have about 4 atoms, isn't it? Right. So that the number of M type atom is about 4. Then when you have 4 atoms per unit cell, the tetrahedral voids number will be about 8, isn't it? But in the question it is given only 1 by 3 portion of tetrahedral voids are occupied by N type atom. But therefore, number of N type atom is equal to 1 by 3 into the total number of tetrahedral voids into 8, isn't it? 8 by 3. So that the molecular formula, so an M type atom will be about 4 number because it has CCP packing. Then N type atom number is about 8 by 3. So when you do cross multiplication, so you are getting about M12, N8, isn't it? So divide this by a common number 4. So that I am getting M3, N2. So that is the answer. Okay. So that the molecular formula of the solid which has M CCP arrangement and 1 by 3 portion of tetrahedral voids occupied by N type atom is having molecular formula M3N2. M3N2. Look at the options. So option D is the right one. Okay. Question number 22. In a compound, A type of atom occupies corner, B type face center, C type at the edge center, D type of atom occupies body center. So what will be the molecular formula? Okay. You have a compound in which there are 4 different types of atoms: A at the corner, B at the face center, C at the edge center, D at the body center. Then what will be the molecular formula? Okay. Right. So now what we have to do is you have to calculate number of atom per unit cell of each kind. Right. Now A type of atom is present at the corner, isn't it? There are 4 A type of atoms, so that number of atom per unit cell of A type is Nc by 8, 8 by 8, it is about 1. And B type of atom is present in the face center, isn't it? So that number of atom formula Nf by 2, 6 by 2, you are getting about 3. Similarly, C type of atom is located at the edge centers. So number of atom per unit cell formula Ne by 4, isn't it? 12 by 4, it is about 3. Whereas the body center is occupied by D type of atom. So there is only one body center, isn't it? So that number of atom per unit cell Nb by 1, 1 by 1. So you are getting about 1. So that in that compound there are 1 A type atom and 3 B type atoms. Similarly, 3 C type atom as well as 1 D type atom. So that the molecular formula, I write the type of atom A, B, C, D and number of atom per unit cell as a subscript. Okay, A1, B3, C3, D1, which is nothing but A, B3, C3, D. A, B3, C3, D is the molecular formula of that compound. Okay, right. Now let us look at the options. Look at the options. A, B3, C3D, isn't it? So that option B is the right one. Okay, right. Now let us go for the next question. Question number 23. Percentage of empty space in FCC lattice. What is the percentage of empty space in FCC lattice? Okay, right. So FCC lattice, you know what is the packing fraction value in FCC crystal? So it is a more efficient packing crystal. So in FCC crystal, 74% of space is occupied by the atoms, isn't it? Now the question is, what is the empty space? The space not occupied by the atom is nothing but 26%, isn't it? 74% is occupied by atom. In the remaining space, 100 minus 74, which is nothing but 26%. Okay, right. Now let us go for next question. Question number 24. So which of the following is an incorrect statement? Which of the following is an incorrect statement? So in the given 4 statements, you have to find out the one which is not a correct one. Okay, right. So option A, number of atom per unit cell in diamond is about 8, isn't it? That is a correct statement. So already we did a calculation of number of atom per unit cell of diamond, isn't it? In diamond, the 8 corner occupied by carbon atoms, 6 face centers, as well as half of the tetrahedral voids, isn't it? So it has CCP packing, isn't it? So that we are getting about 8. So option A is the right one. So option B, the number of Bravais lattice in which crystal can be categorized is about 14. So that also nothing but a right statement. Okay, the number of Bravais lattice also about 14. Then option C, the molecular solids are volatile. So basically molecular solids are easily evaporatable substances, they are volatile. That also a correct one. Look at option 4. So option 4, the fraction of total volume occupied by the atoms in a primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell is nothing but simple cubic unit cell. In simple cubic unit cell, the fraction of total volume occupied by the atom is given as 0.48. So this is nothing but the ratio of total volume of atoms to the volume of the unit cell, isn't it? Whereas in a primitive unit cell, this fraction of total volume occupied by atom is about 0.52 only. But here it is given as 0.48. So this is a wrong statement. Okay, but the answer is option D. The answer is supposed to be 0.52. Okay, right. So next question number 25. Which of the following is used for doping with silicon to form p-type semiconductor? So as you all know very well that in semiconductor there are 2 types of semiconductors. One is p-type, another one is n-type. These semiconductors are formed by addition of some external impurities such as boron, arsenic, etc. P-type semiconductor is due to the formation of positive hole, isn't it? Whereas n-type semiconductor, the conductivity is due to formation of negatively charged electron, isn't it? Presence of excess negative charge electron. Right, now for forming p-type semiconductor, we are supposed to add boron with silicon element, because you know boron is a deficient element. So after replacing silicon, when you add this with silicon element, it will be in need of electrons, isn't it? So that it will take up the electron from neighboring silicon, so that a positive hole will be created nearby. That positive hole will be responsible for conductivity of that semiconductor. That is the reason why semiconductor what we get by addition of boron with silicon, we call it as p-type semiconductor. Okay, right. But here for formation of p-type semiconductor, we are supposed to add boron with silicon. So the answer is option B, boron. Okay, right. Right, next question number 26. If A is the edge length of simple cube, body center cube and face center cubic system, now then what will be the ratio between the radius of these 3 cubic systems? Okay, right. Now what is given here? You are given A is the edge length of a cubic system, the 3 different cubic systems, simple cube, body center cube and face center cube. Now they are asking what is the ratio between the radius of these 3 cubic system. Okay, right. Now so we are supposed to know the radius formulas for this 3 different cubic system. Okay, now let us see the solution for that. Okay, right. Whereas in a simple cubic system, A is equal to twice R, isn't it? A is equal to 2R. Therefore, R is equal to A by 2. R is equal to A by 2. So radius formula. Whereas in a body center system, 4R equal to root 3A. Therefore, r equal to root 3a by 4. Face-centered cubic system 4r equal to root 2a. Therefore, radius equal to root 2a by 4, isn't it? So that this will be the simple ratio between radius of this three different cubic system. A by 2, root 3a by 4, root 3a by 4, root 2a by 4, isn't it? Right. Now, so what they have done is, but this is not given in the option, isn't it? So look at that. The last radius, root 2a by 4, isn't it? That is written this way, root 2a divided by the 4 is written as 2 into root 2 into root 2. So numerator root 2, denominator is getting cancelled. So that what you are getting is a divided by 2 root 2. So that instead of root 2a by 4, you can use a divided by 2 root 2. Now the radius ratio is a by 2, root 3a by 4, a divided by 2 root 2. Okay, right. So now look at the options. What is the answer? Answer is a by 2, root 3, a by 4. The next one, a by 2 root 2, isn't it? So that option C is the answer. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. Right. Look at question number 22. In a compound, corners are occupied by A type atoms, face centered by B type, edge centered by C type, body centered by D type. Okay. Right. Now, if all the atoms at one edge is missing, then what will be molecular formula? All the atoms at one face diagonal is missing. We have to find out what will be molecular formula for that. But one more thing, if an atom at the body diagonal, if all the atoms at one body diagonal, is missing, then what will be molecular formula? Okay, right. So this problem is similar to question number 22. Okay, so it's nothing but the continuation of question number 22. Okay, right. Now, when corner occupied by A, face centered by B, edge centered by C, body centered by D, then the number of atoms per unit cell. A type you will get about 1, B type about 3, and C type also about 3, then D type 1. So that we got a molecular formula A1, B3, C3, D, isn't it? That's what the answer of question number 22, isn't it? Right. Now here the question is, if all the atoms at one edge is missing, so this is nothing but edge, isn't it? If all the atoms at one edge is missing, this edge is consist of 2 corner atoms and 1 edge center atom, isn't it? If all these 3 are missing, the total number of corner atom will be about 6. Edge center atom will be about 11, whereas no change in number of face center atom and body center atom, isn't it? So that now let us calculate number of atom per unit cell. Okay, corner atom A type, A type atom per unit cell 6 by 8. Face center atom B type, no missing of face center atom, isn't it? So that B type atom will be about 6 by 2, it is nothing but 3. Then 1 edge center atom is missing, isn't it? So that C type atom 11 by 4. Then no missing of body center atom D1, isn't it? Now all these numbers are multiplied by 8, so that we are getting A6, B24, C22, D8. So that is the molecular formula of the compound in which all the atoms at one edge is missing. Okay. Similarly, let us find out the molecular formula of the compound if the atoms at the one face diagonal is missing. Okay. So this is nothing but the face diagonal. If all these 3 atoms are missing, we are supposed to reduce 2 corner atoms and 1 face center atoms. Okay. So that in that compound, corner atom number will be about 6. 1 face center atom is missing, isn't it? So per face center atom 5. No change in edge center atom and body center atom. Okay. But therefore, number of atoms per unit cell. A type atom 6 by 8. B type atom 5 by 2. Because A corner atoms 2 are missing. So 6 by 8. B is nothing but face center atom. 1 is missing. So 5 by 2. No missing of edge center and body center atom. So that C type atom will be about 3 and D type atom will be about 1 time, isn't it? So that now this is multiplied by a common number, isn't it? So that we are getting, so multiply everything by 8. So that A6, B20, C24, D8. Okay, so this is the molecular formula of the compound in which all the atoms in the face diagonal, one face diagonal is missing. Okay. Similarly, third one, if all the atoms at one body diagonal, all the atoms at one body diagonal is missing, then what will be molecular formula? Okay, right. So body diagonal will be like this, isn't it? For body diagonal atoms missing, in the sense two corner atom will be missing as well as one body center atom. So that the total number of corner atoms will be only about 6. There will be no body center atom at all, but 6 face center and 12 edge center atoms will be there. So that the number of atom per unit cell, corner atom 6 by 8 because 2 atoms are missing. Then face center atom no missing, so that 6 by 2 is nothing but 3. Then edge center atom no missing, so 12 by 4 is nothing but 3. One body center atom is missing, isn't it? So there will be no D type atom at all. Okay, right. Now so all these are multiplied by a common number 8, so that you are getting A6, B24, C24. Okay, we don't have D type of atom in this compound. This is the molecular formula of the compound in which all the atoms at one body diagonal is missing. Okay, so this is how to calculate molecular formula, okay, based on the contribution. Okay, right. Thank you.